Dani here, and welcome back to Spenelli Speaks. It is very early here at my house. I have been working all week on a rummage sale. We have, as you can imagine, so many baby things to get rid of that we just decided we needed to have a rummage sale. We needed to do a rummage sale and get rid of all of this stuff. But let me tell you, and for those of you who know, rummage sales are a lot of work. Like, it's not just about getting all your stuff out and letting people rummage through it. It's a lot of work. So it's like 4:30 in the morning right now, and because I'm a procrastinator, didn't sleep all night because I'm thinking of all the things I need to do, and I have people interested because I posted on Facebook, and oh my gosh, it's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be nuts for the next 3 days. So for today's Friday reads, you find me in the garage because I have been out here trying to get things settled, figured out, trying to get tables figured out. It's supposed to rain today, so that's fantastic. Our garage door is broken, so we can't even open the garage door. So it's just gonna be a nightmare. But I'm here, we're gonna do our best, and I'm gonna tell you what I've been reading. So if you're new here, not usually in the garage when I do my Friday reads, but if you've been here for a while, you know, I do what I can. So let's talk about what I did finish this week, which was our book club book for DoubleBookedCo. If you're familiar with my business, we have a book club, and we read Meeting Millie. Oh, if it's gonna stay, Meeting Millie. I did listen to it on audio. I'm giving it like a 2-star rating, like a 2. I said 2.5, but as I continue to think about it, I really just think I want to just give it a 2-star rating. I wasn't very impressed. I feel like overall, like, the physical descriptions were just too much for me. Like, the word generous was used so many times, and like curvy, and there was just a lot of different physical descriptions that I feel just really pulled your attention away from the core relationship in the book. Also, as well as the physical descriptions, you couldn't figure out who was who. It was so hard. This is a sapphic romance between two friends. It's like a friends to lovers, Millie and Charlotte, and at least through the first third, and then again it happens like later in the book. You can't figure out who is who. Like, it keeps, like, the descriptions almost are so similar that I thought both of them were blonde at one point, then I thought both of them were brunette at one point, then I thought Millie was the Charlotte character. It was so hard to figure out. So that really pulls your attention away from the book as well, because you're constantly trying to figure out, you know, who is who. Other than that, like the romance side of it all, it was a little bit too, like, it was like nothing, nothing, nothing. Then it was like bam, in your face. And then it was like sexual tension, like crazy. And it wasn't very believable. And there was a trauma point at one point, and I just felt like they didn't do very well with it. I think it was kind of just glazed over, and I didn't really like that. So, like I said, 2.5. So I did finish that one. Another one that I'm like 5% from finishing, so I'll finish that today, as I'm getting all of this rummage sale stuff ready, is the Beauty and the Mustache, and let's see if this will show it to you for me. Beauty and the Mustache, that's by Penny Reid, and that is book, I believe, 4, yes, book 4 in the Knitting in the City series, and that covers Ashley Winston, who, if you recall, and if you've listened to me talk about before, the Winston Brothers series by Penny Reid, she's the only sister of the clan, and this is like the first book that we see this family, and I'm so pleased that I read it because it makes everything make more sense. in the Winston brother books because it shows the mother and like this is a grief, love and grief, I guess is maybe the trope. I don't know if that's a trope, but this is where we see Bethany Winston pass. So that's definitely, it definitely made me tear up. Like I was like, oh my gosh, even when it happens, like, you know, what's going to happen. You know that this is the story. And even when it happens, I'm just like, oh my gosh. So, yeah, so I'm giving that like a 3.5, I would say. I really liked it, but the ending is really kind of like not doing it for me. I mean, obviously they get together and all that, but the way it's happening is kind of like, gag me kind of thing. But it's still good. Overall, I still like it. Ash is a great character. I loved seeing all of the brothers before they find all their mates. It was very fun. It was very fun. So what I'm going to be reading next is another book club book for DoubleBookedCo. This is our July read. And in July, I got to pick the book without polls because it's my birthday month. So we're going to be reading Louise Erdrich's The Roundhouse. If you've never read from this author before, definitely pick them up. Fantastic writer. Family dynamics is definitely her strong suit, followed up by just tradition and history. And so yeah, this particular book is a little bit different from the rest that I've read. It says, one Sunday in the spring of 1988, a woman living on the reservation in North Dakota is attacked. The details of the crime are slow to surface, as Geraldine Coots is traumatized and reluctant to relive or reveal what happened, either to the police or her husband, Basil, and the 13-year-old son, Joe. In one day, Joe's life is irrevocably transformed. And it goes on to talk about the healing process and the investigation and stuff like that. So it sounds like a fantastic read. I've heard a couple of other booktubers read it recently, or not recently. Recently to me is like in the last 5 years. But said it was very good. So I'm excited to get into it. I love her writing. Like I said, it's always fantastic. So I'm expecting like a 4-star review on that. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. If you watch my last Friday's reads, you know that I'm also reading a book called Blue Asylum. I wasn't able to pick that up at all this last week, but I'm looking probably to get into it again this coming week. So maybe you'll hear me talk about that. But like I said, that's like a slow read, so I'm not really concerned in finishing it, more so just continuing to read it because it is very good. Shout out to Melinda. Thank you. You always ask me about my lip color, and really I don't do a lot with my lips unless I'm trying to look fancy. I'm not trying to look fancy this morning, but last week I just was wearing this, like, it's a chapstick. It just says Live Green on it, and it is a green tea and aloe with vitamin E. It's just like a chapstick. It looks like a lipstick when you open it, when you open it, it like looks like this. So it's just clear and it just goes on like a smooth chapstick. So that's all I was wearing. This is just my regular lip color, but thank you for asking. You always do, and I appreciate that. So I wanted to let you know what it was. But yeah, that's all I have for everyone this week. Like I said, it's just going to be a crazy weekend. So I hope whatever you're doing this weekend is not as chaotic as my weekend. But yeah, something fun. So I hope you're reading something great, taking care and staying safe. And as always, you know how it goes. Happy reading. Bye.